Well, hello everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Stephen the Jupiterian, and I have an overview of the month for you of the month of January 2025. Wow, we're in 20, almost to 2025. After this new moon on the 30th, so we'll have some interesting energies coming along. I'm going to share the current chart. Well, okay. Let's get rid of my chart here. You see that enough? All right, so here's the current time clock. It is 11:25 a.m. on the West Coast. San Francisco, California. That's where I'm recording from right now. So, yes, we have Pisces on the rise right now. Jupiter sign, one of Jupiter's signs. And Jupiter is in the fourth house. So, yeah, okay. Let's move on to January 1st. So 25, yeah. Moon will be in Scorpio on December 25th. Then Saturday, the moon will be in Sagittarius on the 28th, the 29th, and then the 30th, we have the new moon. Yes. So there you go. And then we go to 31st, and then January 1st, moon in Aquarius. Yep. Venus is at 28 degrees. Venus will be entering Pisces on, well, first Mercury enters Capricorn. Ah, Venus enters Pisces on the 3rd of January. The second, third, yeah. We go back out a few hours, then Venus is in Pisces. On the second, yeah, Thursday the second, late in the evening on the second on the west coast of the United States. And the moon is in Capricorn, in Aquarius. Capricorn's rule sign of Aquarius, ruled by Aquarius, Saturn. The moon is in there, so yeah, the moon will be going there, and we'll have a Leo rising at this time too when Venus moves into Pisces. So that's going to be quite interesting. But on January 1st, we'll also have, well, Mercury will sextile Black Moon Lilith. Mercury makes a sextile to Black Moon Lilith. Mercury, yes. 22 to Black Moon move. Oh, all right. Well, I didn't have show that aspect, but we can show that and go to preferences, go to aspects or aspected. Let's see. There we go. Hmm. Let's put the Black Moon Lilith there. So, okay. Let's go back into our to the first, January 1st. Hmm. Lilith is a Libra. It's making a sextile, sort of, when it perfects later in the day on the first, second, and then Venus enters Pisces on the second, early later to this evening on the 2nd of January. Huh. And then we'll put this into date, move this into days, because we're gonna go by day till January 31st. See what happens. So here's the 2nd of January, where Venus moved into Pisces. And Pluto, or Mercury opposes Pluto. I'm sorry, Jupiter. No, wait a minute. Um, the third. Mercury opposes Jupiter. Well, sort of. Not really. Hmm, no, doesn't do anything with Pluto. Okay, this book is wrong. All right, so the fourth, the sun should sextile Saturn. Yes, the sun at 15 degrees, Saturn at 14. Yeah, that's about 15 degrees. That's within orb. That's very close. Almost exact sextile. So there's some effort needed with the Sun and Saturn here. The Sun is in Saturn. So the Sun is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is in Pisces. So some kind of something will be some kind of effort will be needed here, depending on where it is in your chart. If you're Virgo rising, this is between the fifth and the seventh house. So something with your children and your spouse, or your creativity and your spouse. So there may be some effort needed if you wanted to create a baby. Hey, it's a good time to do that too. It takes some effort though. Um, yes. And then to for the next day, the moon moves into Aries. And North Node is at 0 degrees of Aries right now. So Pluto is making a sextile to the North Node. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go to aspects and go to the nodes. Yep. Pluto is making a sextile to the nodes, and it's making a trine to the South Node. Yeah. Is Pluto making a trine to the South Node and making a sextile to the North Node. Interesting, isn't it? Huh. So you can do that with this. And then we'll move on to this January 6th, where Mercury is making a square to Neptune. Neptune 27, that's almost 28. Yeah. And this is 28, almost 29. So yeah, that's within orb. So we're gonna have a Mercury Neptune square. Probably communications will be could be not very well received today with this square between Mercury and Neptune. And we are also at the first quarter moon phase. We're also at the first quarter moon phase when the moon in Aries, the first quarter moon, yes. Then on the 7th, the moon moves into Taurus. See, there you go. The moon moves into Taurus. Nothing else has changed. Everything else is the same. Mercury is still square Neptune at this time. It's almost moving out of that square. When Mercury moves into Capricorn on the 8th, Mercury is in Capricorn, January 8th. So we're going to be communicating in a more earthy way, more determined, more thinking of talking about in like work ethics type of thing, Mercury in a Capricorn. It's a great time to plan things, communicate ideas, come up with very innovative ideas that are tangible. So Mercury is not best in Sagittarius, but now that it's in Capricorn, these ideas can be put to practical use, and it'll be more grounded in reality. There's a real big dose of reality here with Mercury here. And it's no longer going to be, Mercury is no longer going to be going over Pluto until Mercury moves into Aquarius. So this will be different and brand new for this 2025. So, lots of new things happening in 2025. Let's see, we're on the 8th. Let's move on to the 9th, where the moon moves into Gemini. The moon moves into Gemini. The moon is making a trine to the south node and a sextile to the north node. Interesting. So that's sort of kind of called the bending of the nodes, with the moon there trine the south node and sextile the north node. It's interesting. Uh, let's see. What else? Then we move on to the 10th, which is not much new. The moon is still in Gemini. We still have all these kind of things going on. Mars is now, oh, wait a minute. Whoops. January 6th, also Mars retrogrades into Cancer on the 6th. And then we go, okay, so the 7th, the 8th, go to the 9th, okay, the 10th, and then the 11th. The sun squares Black Moon Lilith, right? Well, the sun and Black Moon Lilith is at 9 to oh, no. I don't know how that's possible. The sun does not square that. The moon is moving, it has moved into Cancer at this time. Mars is making a trine to Neptune on the 10th, 11th, and the 12th. And then the 13th, the sun should trine Uranus. Yes, the sun is making a trine to Uranus in Taurus. There you go. Yep. The sun is making a trine to Taurus. Here's a grand trine. Well, we have from the north node to Uranus and the sun. And the sun is also making a trine to the south node. I'm sorry. The sun is making a trine to the south node. The sun is trine Uranus. Your south node is trine Uranus. And we have a full moon on the 13th also. And then we move on to the 14th. The moon moves into Leo. Venus squares Jupiter. Yeah, so Venus is making a square to Jupiter. And then the 15th, the sun opposes Mars. Mhm. Huh. Sun opposing Mars. That's interesting. Then the moon moves into Virgo on the 16th, the 17th, the 18th. We have Venus conjunct Saturn. And then the sun moves into Aquarius on the 9th. Yep. Sorry about that. Interrupted. Alrighty. The 20th, the sun makes a sextile to the north node. The sun in Aquarius makes a sextile to the north node in Aries. Well, the north node is now, well, it makes a trine and then it moves into Pisces later on in the day. And then, because this is at 29 degrees now, the north node at 0 degrees, and the sun at 0 degrees Aquarius makes a sextile, but now it's out of that sextile. 29 degrees is no longer typically, well, in traditional astrology anyway, uh, this is not a sextile. Says it shows, but it's not. Modern astrologers would say that's still a sextile, but it's out of sign. The 21st, the sun conjunct Pluto. Mercury makes a square to Chiron. Yeah, Mercury square Chiron. Starting to anyway. It's coming to square to Chiron. And we are on the 22nd. Oh my goodness, the 23rd of January is jam-packed. We have Mars sextile Uranus. Mercury squares Black Moon Lilith. Mercury opposes Mars. Mercury opposes Mars, yes. Mercury also makes a trine to Uranus. Mars squares Black Moon Lilith, and the moon moves into Libra. The moon is in Libra. Where's the moon? Uh, on the 23rd. Mm, where's the moon? All right, this is like finding where's Waldo? Where's the moon? Did I get rid of the moon? No, it's aspected, it's displayed. Okay. All right. The moon should be in Libra on the 23rd. Wait a minute. January 23rd, the moon moves into Sagittarius. I don't know. I this book is off a little bit. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, this is in Scorpio. Then yeah, this is there's a typo in this book. The moon should be in Sagittarius on the 23rd. Alrighty. Then we have Venus trine Mars. Let's check this out. Venus in Pisces makes a trine, yes, to Mars on the 25th of January. Yes. 22 degrees of Venus to Mars, Mars to Venus, Venus, Mars, what did we get? Okay, the 26th, the moon moves into Capricorn. Mercury sextiles Neptune. Yes, Mercury is making a sextile to Neptune. Venus is making a sextile to Uranus. That's the 26th. And then we have Mercury moving into Aquarius on the 27th. And Mercury well, it does not sextile the North Node. No, because the North Node is in Pisces. That's one sign away. So no, that's not really a sextile. Technically, no. Then we have on the 28th, Mercury conjuncts Pluto. And we have a new moon too in a few hours of and then the 29th and the 29th, yes, we have a new moon. And so yeah, if we go back a few hours, the sun and the moon are conjunct, which makes it a new moon. So there's the new moon in Aquarius on the 29th, and then the 30th, moon moves into Pisces, and the sun trines Jupiter. Yes, the sun at 11 degrees makes a trine to Jupiter at 11 degrees in a fellow air sign. So communications and abundance. Wow, that's pretty cool. That is the best thing of the year, of this month, January. At the end of January, Mercury trine Jupiter, or the sun trine Jupiter. And then we'll go to the January 31st. The sun is still trine to Jupiter. Still within orb. Yeah. And then the moon is in Pisces. Still. On the 31st. So that's the planetary movements for January, where the nodes shift. We have planetary shifts and no retrograde planet except for Jupiter. Jupiter is the only planet that is retrograde at this time. Yay. Yay. Okay. Yeah, the galactic center moon is at 27 degrees. And okay, so that's constantly there. And this is Spica, yeah, is here. And this is galactic center. Here's Juno. And then we have Hecate. And then we have the Vestal Virgin here. Circe has moved into Aries. And Urania in Capricorn. Capricorn. All right. All right. So this is all the planetary movement for January 2025. The nodes shift. We have some planetary shifts from Capricorn to Aquarius, Venus in Aquarius to Venus in Pisces. And Mars, oh, Jupiter and Mars are the only two planets that are still retrograde, sorry. So yeah, through this month of January, we had Mars shifting into into Cancer, retrograde back in from Leo to Cancer. Jupiter is still retrograde in Gemini until June. Well, Jupiter moves into Cancer. I'll show you that months when Mars goes direct. Mars is direct here in February, March. On March 30th, the Mars moves into, yeah, let's go, uh, okay, April 15th, April 16th, 17th, 16th, 17th, yeah. Mars goes back into Leo. Jupiter is direct. And every planet is in direct motion by April. Thank goodness. Venus is in Pisces still. In April, we had a Venus retrograde in this between now and then, between January and now and April. So yes, it's going to be interesting to say the least. So yes, okay. So there you go. That's it for now for January and I showed you, yeah, April. But here's the time clock. I'm recording this on the 22nd, day after. So we're in the in winter right now, beginning of winter. Yay. And then the winter months, things are changing. Mercury will be moving into Capricorn and Aquarius in January. All right, so that's about it for now. I'm Stephen the Jupiterian. Thank you for watching and hit that thumbs up button to like this video. Subscribe to this channel if you're new here, and do press all the buttons for make a comment too as to what is going on with you. And I'll see you in the next one. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do so at the email in the bottom, in the description box below, at Stephen Schatz at Gmail. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. And bye. Happy January.